Hi, welcome to this tutorial part 3 on the LeanFT. In this part we are going to look at how we can convert the UFT object repository into application models. So here is the utility that you can find in the installation directory OR to app model converter. This utility is a command line utility and that is available in the bin directory of your LeanFT installation. And the first parameter is the object repository in a file name, that is .tsr extension. So that is object repository file path, and here you have to give the application model file path. So it will convert the OR and then into the application model. And once you this tsrx file is created, you can add that into your project, and then it will create automatically the new class corresponding to that tsrx file, which you can instantiate and then use in your project. Then let us see what is visual relational identifier. So it is used for finding the objects in the relative manner. For example, if you want to identify this object 2, you can identify it using relations like it is present to the right of the 1 and it is present to the bottom of this 5 element. So using these relations you can identify the objects. So over here you can see that I have created one relation, that is horizontal relation left, and button 5 is above button 2, so vertical relation dot above. So that's how you can create the relations and then try to identify the objects. Similarly, in the application model also you can add the new relations or use this VRI property and then add the reference object and then add the new relation like that. So that's how you identify the objects using relative or the adjacent objects using VRI. Then native objects are also used. Sometimes your LeanFT doesn't support the third-party objects, so in that case you can use the native objects. So to get the native objects you can do it like this way: first name dot native object dot value. So this native object property gives access to that object, and then we can explore the native properties and members and native methods and the members of that particular object using whatever values members are supported by that object. Then let us see the regular expressions. So regular expressions are used in the application model as well as this in description programming. For example, when you give the property and their values, we give the actual strings, but if you want to specify that as in the form of regular expression, you can use this syntax as.regexp and here followed by the regular expression. So it will treat it as a regular expression and then try to identify the objects. Similarly, if you want to store some value in the object application model, you need to click on the star button. It will set it as a regular expression, and then here in the value you have to give the regular expression. So that's how you can use the regular expressions, which are a very powerful way to identify the objects in LeanFT. Then how to generate this reports with the screenshots. So to create the reports with the screenshot, what you have to do is you need to capture the screenshot, store it in this format image, and after that in the reporter class provides one method called as report event. In the last argument of that method is image. So capture the image and pass it to this method, and this will insert that particular snapshot into your HTML report that is created. So here is the sample HTML report, and it is showing this screenshot at the bottom that we have taken. So that's how you take the screenshot and then add it into your HTML report in LeanFT. Then comparing the LeanFT with Selenium and Dynamics. So main difference between Selenium and LeanFT is that Selenium is open source tool, and another difference is that Selenium only is can be used to test the web applications only, while LeanFT can be used to test web applications as well as Windows applications, and LeanFT is proprietary, so we need to pay for getting the licensed version of the LeanFT. Then how do you integrate LeanFT tests with the CI servers like Bamboo, Jenkins and TeamStream? So for that you need to add these tasks MS build and MS tests So let us look at how to do those tasks in the Bamboo build plan. So as you can see, there is a special task called as MS build task in the Bamboo, which you can add to build your LeanFT project. So you have to give the solution file name, and you can add another tasks after that in your build plan. So here you can see that there is executable MS test. You have to add that one, and container is nothing but the DLL file, so from which you will it will pick up the tests. So you can give that DLL file, and then here you have to specify the result file name in which the results will be stored. So here it shows sample execution of the Visual Studio project. It is loading this DLL file and then running the tests. It also shows the name of the test. So that's how you can integrate the LeanFT tests with the Bamboo. Then Jenkins. In Jenkins as well, the process remains somewhat similar. What you have to do is you have to add this MS build and MS test executables in Jenkins, and then you can create a new project where you need to add these tasks like MS build. You have to give the MS build, add the MS build task. Then next task is you have to add the MS build step in Jenkins, and this is the MS test build step in the Jenkins. So in the MS build you have to give this solution file name, and the MS test step you have to give the DLL file name. Similarly, like how we configured the Bamboo, same way you can use in the Jenkins, and here it shows the sample report. Then in the TeamCity as well, you will find the similar steps. In this TeamCity we have to add the runner types. So select the MS build and then give the solution file name, and in the next runner type you have to select it as Visual Studio tests, and engine type as MS test, and finally you have to give the test file names, which can be a DLL file, and here is the sample report. So that's how you can execute or integrate your LeanFT tests with the CI servers. And finally we are going to look at common issues and solutions. So in the LeanFT we get this particular error saying that failed to connect to LeanFT runtime engine. So this particular error comes when the LeanFT engine is not running. So start your runtime engine and then execute your tests again, which will fix the error. And next exception that you might get is internal problem has occurred. Then make sure that LeanFT SDK is properly initialized. For that you need to add this line SDK.init new SDK configuration. Then sometimes you get this error saying that replay object not found unique, replay object not unique exception, the object is not unique. So this exception comes when LeanFT identifies more than one object. So you have to add the index property so that you can identify the objects uniquely, or you can add multiple or more properties so that object will be identified uniquely. Then sometimes it says object not found. So this is this exception comes when LeanFT is not able to identify the objects based upon the given descriptions. So make sure that object is really present, and also ensure that you are using the correct property and values. So this is all about the part 3 of the LeanFT tutorial, and that's the end of the LeanFT tutorial. If you like this tutorials on the LeanFT in C#.net, just hit like button and then subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one.
Hi friends, if you find this video useful, please hit like button, and for more videos please subscribe to my channel, and also visit www.softpost.org for more tutorials and updated videos. Thanks for watching my video.